mic not reaching as far as it usually does. What's going on here? Hi everybody. Hi, Lark. Nice first. I was ranting, and my computer was trying to die. There were two reasons why I wasn't going live when the ad ended. The ad ran quicker than it usually does, which was weird. And then a friend of mine sent me a tweet that was about children's names and some weird children's names that had like several Y's and E's in them, and I can't stand the whole name your kid like Taisley or whatever trend. It just doesn't do anything for me. Anyway, hi everybody, hi. It is I, Ascella Vivace, angry magical idol. Viscerally upset magical idol, and I have my special Wednesday guest. Exception's here.
So, I've got a question for you.
No, I'm not ready to answer this question, actually.
Do you think that even the worst person can change? That everybody can be a good person if they just try?
Maybe. I think in general there's not such a thing. Are you ready for some philosophy talk? Hold on. Like, cause I'll get into this. Cause look, here's the way I see it. I think that I agonized too much in my earlier years about being a good person or a bad person, right? But there's really no such thing. There's only good actions and bad actions, and even that can be kind of relative sometimes and kind of subjective. So, if you're asking me if I think that it is possible that somebody could have like a redemption arc, right? It's more probable in fiction, I think. Less probable in real life, but I feel like you're trying to lead me somewhere with this, you know? And I respect that. I really do. I respect that. And I'm probably going to be very angry about it, whatever it is. Whatever it is probably going to involve me, like, calling Van Zeek's right or something. I don't know. And I'm not really down with that. Not really down with calling him correct for any reason whatsoever. But, you know, if that's the way life has to be, that's the way life has to be, and
all right.
I'll just accept it, you know?
Well, here's a better question.
Uh-oh, a better question.
Do you want to have a bad time?
I'm gonna have a bad time for everything that you have not said today.
Uh-huh.
I live in fear of whatever you have wrought there, Mr. Exception.
Yeah, I've just been spamming the universe with sands and, like, various MS Paint qualities with very incorrect quotes, not from the games.
Are you doing this to everybody today, or am I special? Is it because of the game?
It is because of this.
Whatever is about to happen?
Yeah.
In front of my salad?
But also in solidarity the fact that we are both suffering from outside experiences. We are both having a bad time.
We are both having a bad time. Oh god, I'm having a bad time with the deadline, guys. Oh god, kill me. But it's okay. I'll make it out on the other side somehow. In my case, like, the bad time is somewhat unavoidable. As in, like, basically, the thing that is causing undue pressure on me would not be causing undue pressure on me if someone else had done something in particular that I do not think they did it. So, there was a sans in your Discord. I saw that and I'm living in fear. But the thing that is stressing me, I have done this to myself. I could easily not do the thing that is stressing me out and be fine. But instead, I get to go edit a 4-hour-long video down to like an hour in the next day. The next like less than 48 hours because I have a convention this weekend and a convention next weekend. So we gotta make clips, my dudes. But you know, I do have exciting news that is centered around the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles and Exception.
What?
I do. You know this already. It's not special. Like to you already know it. It's not like a surprise. Our silly little Brig class clip won a clip challenge.
It did!
It did! Both of us are shocked a little bit, but we're now verifiably, certifiably 100% grade A funny.
We're legally funny!
That's
the best kind of funny!
Exactly! We're approved by a server that has like 5,000 people in it. So we'll take it, right? I mean, did we win by the narrowest of margins? I don't know, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
It was probably pretty close. I didn't look at the other license to laugh. I didn't look at how many votes we got or how many votes like the other entries got, but 22% of the vote. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
All things considered, like
all large numbers. That's pretty nice.
It's double digits, you know. I'll take it. So yeah. Boy, hold on. Give me just a second to adjust some stuff in OBS, guys. OBS did an update, and it has the levels all over the grand old place here, and I think Exception is probably blasting your eardrums, and so am I. Hi, Pianui! No, go to sleep. It's okay. It's spoilers anyway. You don't want to be here. Hold on, let me adjust some levels real quick.
I mean, I'm looking at the audio levels, and they seem fine from the stream perspective. You might be a little quiet relative to me.
You are hitting almost the red on the OBS.
Oh, that would explain it.
Yeah, and like you were not before. I can guarantee you this. You were not hitting the almost to the red before. You aren't that loud. I'm the loud one here. Okay. Wow, my mouse is just wow. Okay, there we go. My mouse is acting up too. Please work. Okay, so we are back with the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, with more Oscar-worthy performances coming from Exception today, whether he likes it or not. I'm probably shooting myself in the foot by saying that.
On the verge of experiencing an unpleasant circumstance.
Let's go, question mark. Let us go. Let us depart. I'm excited about it though, because this will be the first time. Let me think. Hold on, let me think for a second. I think. Am I wrong? I think this will be the first time I finished a game on stream.
I mean, we're not finishing it today, so there's still many opportunities for us to fail.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot more, but it's weird going into the end game of a game.
Yeah.
Considering if there's a second game after this, there's more content, there's much more Ace Attorney out there. You know, it's not really like it's a significant thing for anyone but me. But I just don't. I play things that have no end, or I get really behind and never catch up. I will say, like, I've finished routes of an Otome game on stream. Like, I did finish, how many routes did I finish? 3 or 4? I don't know. 3 or 4 routes of Hakuoki? Back when I was first starting to stream. But I don't believe... I'm like racking my brain here, which is why I'm talking so funny. I don't believe I finished anything else since then. Have several like dating sims and stuff like that that I've played a part of. Well, okay, maybe if dating sims count. I did finish that KFC one. I finished the KFC dating sim. It was very short though. It was only a few hours long. But as far as like a game that's like properly playable to a degree and not just like basically railroading you to the only conclusion it can possibly have. Not that this game is not a bit railroady, right?
I mean, I'm helping.
Yeah, you're helping. I'm just. Yeah, the KFC dating sim. You know what's really funny about the KFC dating sim is I played it on stream and it was cute. It was very cute. And I immediately, in the middle, because it's during my donathon that I did last year, I immediately ordered KFC after. I ordered one of the little bowls that is just full of sodium and makes your arteries clog and your blood cells shrivel. Yeah, I immediately ordered KFC upon completing my lovely romantic route with the Colonel Sanders guy dude. Like, Ikemen Colonel Sanders there. It's pretty funny. It's a cute, by the way, I will say, if you haven't played it and you're not averse to dating sims, it's actually really cute. It's a little cheesy, right? It's a little like low effort for a dating sim, but like it's kind of cute, guys. It's kind of cute. I'm so tempted to actually look at my games list and see how many of those games I've actually finished or that actually have ends, but I'm just
Someone
gonna
talking
pretend
about
like
endings to games we're not even beginning yet.
that's true. It's a momentous occasion. Let me bask in it.
We're not even
there. We
yet.
haven't even started because that's because
Exactly.
I'm worried. I'm worried because you are being ominous with your reaction gifts.
Unhappy fourth dimension experience.
You're being so ominous. God.
At this point, it's
Jeez.
self-sustaining. I'm just in the momentum that is fun.
Jeez. So, anyway, that's what we got. I am hopefully let me oh god, OBS. There. Okay. We're gonna call it good. Okay, I'm not gonna adjust it anymore. Alright, I'm sick of looking at OBS. We're gonna pretend like everything's fine. Everybody volume good? Volume good?
Check 1 3 4 8.
You're barely hitting the yellow. That's perfect. I'm under the yellow, but I don't care because I'm loud. If I yell, I'll break something. Good.
We
Cool.
got approval.
All right.
Time for bad.
So, at the end of last game, we moved into Sholmes's abode. 221
Well, his attic,
Baker
really.
Street. His attic, yeah. With him and Wilson. And just from the name of this, I'm not prepared. The last case was great. I'm a little scared of this one, but investigation. We start with investigation again, which I'm excited about. So, if we are ready, no more tutorials. We're in it now, folks. The adventure of the unspeakable story. Let's see if we get a cutscene to start it.
We should.
Let's see.
We better.
Let's see. The Hound of the Baskervilles. Well, that's how we know it's gonna be bad. That's how we know it's gonna be bad.
It's coming!
Oh.
Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared.
I see.
From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen.
It was me.
Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear.
I see.
Look well, Wilson, Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles.
That's
The
all
state
we
of being
got.
that you are about to enter is less than likely to be an optimal state.
Oh God! Here we
2
go.
months
We've been here
later.
for 2 months.
Yeah, we got a time skip.
A
This is the longest time skip we've had.
More than like 5 minutes? What?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Here we go.
Who
Our
knows how many
first-
adventures we missed up on that we'd have to wait for the sequel to experience.
We're so broke.
Yeah.
We're so broke right now. We're probably living on a tree or something. Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country, I can't talk, and in Soseki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. I don't like a however. I don't like a
What do you mean? You
however.
say it all the time.
If I don't click, nothing bad can happen. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we could just Zatsu for a couple hours and pretend.
It's not going to be the game's turn ever.
Yeah. And then nothing bad can happen.
Everything on
Can't
the
believe you
stream is
gave me
going
a
to be an
sense of
Undertale
foreboding.
reference.
Watch, like, nothing bad happen. Like, literally, Exception is just trying to scare me. You're literally just trying to scare me because you know I'm gullible and I hate spoilers, so you would never spoil that for me.
I would never spoil
You would
stuff
never
for
spoil
you.
that for me. So probably this is a ruse.
If I spoil a thing, you will not detect it. It will be an inside joke to everyone who sees
So
it, but you will be none the wiser.
So subtle. However, there then came an abrupt... Oh, God damn it, what? An abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court.
Everyone just stop doing crimes.
I guess so. We did it. We've solved crime. We came to London. We brought our sense of nobility and stoicism with us, and we ended crime.
Alternate theory, Baroque Van Zeeks came out of retirement, and now all of London's crime lords are afraid to do crimes now because of the Reaper.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I like yours better. It's more optimistic.
Rip John Crime. Which was hardly surprising, of course. Was it hardly surprising? Since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. Okay, this makes sense.
Nobody is employing our services because we're
Nobody cares
a foreigner.
about us.
Racism strikes again.
Yeah. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, oh God. Until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram.
Guess who? It's bad.
15th April, 9:13 a.m. Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy. That's cute. What a cute name. Knock, knock, knock. God forbid this be Sholmes. Oh, look how messy we are. We're so cute. That morning, like our little fish tank, our yield fish tank, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't like that. Susato-san. Oh, God. Yes! Okay. Is it time to leave for court already? She's experiencing a breakdown. Let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? Oh, no. of course not. How silly of me. But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. Shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite? Sweet is sweet. This music is cute. Is this Susato's theme or something? It's very cute.
Yes.
Oh, it's cute! She also said yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form. Let me see. What case is it today? Girl, we just said there isn't one. Here we go again. What we got to examine? We can examine our whole office? Hold up. I'm gonna examine our whole office. I know. I wanna see what's in this stack of books. We've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already. A little? A little? You could tidy up once in a while. Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. And time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause. And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework. She's got me there. She wins. But I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. She's only
All right, this is completely optional in like a mechanical sense, but there is like a cultural obligation that I must imbue to you.
Okay.
Examine the digging implement on the side of the windowsill.
The shovel?
Excellent question.
Okay. Spade. Okay. Same difference. That spade has been in here since we started renting the place. Oh, that's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a shovel. Oh, this is cute. No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade. No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel. I don't want to dig a hole for myself, so let's leave it. That's cute. What the heck? That's adorable. Actually.
Your inoculation is complete.
Oh, we've got a little furnace here. It's spring at last, and the weather is warmer now. But I love the smell of the fire and the steam rising from the kettle. You can't just leave something on the stove the whole time.
It's incense.
Oh, sure. Okay. Oh, would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san? Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. With the green tea Susato-san makes me from time to time, and Iris's unique herbal infusions. This place is paradise for a true tea lover. That's cute. Green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think? She's right. Free the shovel thing. I see. We're gonna fight over a shovel.
In this universe, at least.
So this is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter. Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know. I don't like to see you screw up your face so. This is freaking precious. Everything is freaking precious.
Oh, there's the Dharma that was spoken of in legend.
I was gonna look at it.
It's real.
It's real.
Continuity positive.
Ah, the Daruma doll I brought with me from home. Still with only one eye colored in, because he hasn't reached his goal yet. I said I'd color the other eye once I won my first court case here in Britain, but you have one, haven't you? twice, in fact. Because I feel as though I'm still lacking as a lawyer. Oh. I tell you what, why don't you color the other eye in once you think I'm a proper, fully fledged lawyer? If you insist. That's freaking precious. Let us continue to the, oh wait, what's the M? Oh, thank God it's not Sholmes for once. Got a little table here. This
You
must
are
be
so
some-
afraid of changing the camera angle at all times now.
I am. It's just gonna be a Sholmes everywhere you
Potential.
look. Ah, this must be the telegram. Let's, oh, I should have looked at this last. Susano doesn't want us to look at it. Okay. No, you mustn't look at that. Not under any circumstances. Okay. Alright, I won't. I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous at times. Then put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it.
Just everywhere that isn't in our direct line of sight is an infinite lattice of Sholmes quantum form.
It's true. It could be anywhere. We were rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. The prawns we put in there are doing rather well, and the anemones too. That's cute. It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? The sea behind glass inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness. Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great though, is it? As someone who has fish, agreed. Yes? Yes, exception?
What do you think I have fish?
I have fish.
You have fish.
I do, I have fish.
You do.
I do. I like fish. They're cool.
Congratulations.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fish and 3 snails.
I do not have fish.
I did originally only have 2 snails, but then... Granted, these snails were in separate tanks, but one of the snails suddenly laid a bunch of snail eggs, and then we had a snail problem for a bit. Snails.
Unfortunate moment.
Alright, and then we got this little door here. This must be the door downstairs. Okay. Oh, it's Susato-san's room. Aw. Do you know, I've never seen inside your room there, Susato-san. You're about to get a takedown if you think you're gonna go into a lady's room. Is that a flower arrangement outside? Like an ikebana arrangement? That's so pretty. I've never even peeped inside. I should think so, too. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know? Is it?
Might be.
Whatever you say, young maiden. That's cute. All right, we have inspected thoroughly. I don't think we missed anything.
I think we're good.
Yep. Okay. So we go back.
I mean, the only important thing was that spade.
The spade. That's the only important thing. Tell us what it is. So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. It's literally right there on the table, like right there. Sorry, but you're not going to get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would.
So there.
Yeah. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. Ahem. It was just a boring old telegram. Nobody sends telegrams just to send telegrams. That's 3 times now that she's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing.
Next batter, please. I don't know how baseball works in like an organizational sense. If they just strike out 3 times, does the umpire just go, "Hey, can you get the next guy out here? If you would you mind?"
You're bad at this. Get out. I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. All right, I understand. Okay, I guess it's all we're gonna... Alright. I suppose Soseki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he? Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away. A fortnight ago, we had that very long telegram from him, do you remember? Complaining of seasickness.
That was 2 weeks ago.
But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well. Love a good fortnight.
Of a good non-standard unit of measure.
Yeah, right? Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? I was just wondering what might have become of Soseki-san had he stayed in London. That's all.
Shoutouts to the hand.
The hand?
Yeah. You know, like inches, hand, feet.
Yes. I see.
A hand is a third of a foot.
I see. You mean, as regards Lord Van Zeeks, the Reaper? Yes, I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. Oh, God. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Oh, geez, we have a flashback. Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yes, but at least Soseki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means that the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps. Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. And she just got a telegram she won't tell you about. I wonder if those go together.
And it's almost as if there's like an impending bad time or something.
If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean he wields the sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months.
Probably murder.
Surely
Whoa.
not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently, Lord Van Zeeks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. Oh, we scared him off. We scared him off. Oh? Yes, since Soseki-san's trial. He's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems. Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. What was he doing for several years? He was building boats in a ship in a bottle. That's what he was building. That's what he was doing with his spare time. Headcanon accepted. So, it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spate of trials then. Ugh, just my luck. Uh-oh. I don't like those dots. I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. Sorry? What was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Alternative theory. Now that we have stopped being in his general vicinity, he no longer has to keep breaking all of his glasses and bottles and stuff. So now that he can actually drink it in peace, he's gotten blackout drunk and he's passed out for the past 2 months.
I was gonna say he just ran out entirely and now he's gotta like, he lost 2 cases, so he's gotta like reaccumulate the funds for his chalices and whatnot, his goblet of wine business.
Or just like re-age the wine he has. It's like, no, my wine is too new. I gotta wait for it to become old again. I don't know how wine works.
I just thought I'd present something. I was itching to present something. It means a great deal to me, you know, that you cherish his armband so and wear it each time you appear in court. Well, it's very important to me. It's what shows that I'm a lawyer. And whenever I wear it, I feel as though it gives me strength through Kazuma. Still can't believe he's dead. Still mad about it. Still mad about it. I absolutely can't be without it, especially when I'm at a critical point in a trial. I think it's cute that he has that animation that he pushes it up whenever he like recovers from being like dead in a trial. It's very cute.
Yeah.
But just the other day, I noticed you wearing it when we went to visit that park. Sometimes I forget to take it off. Cute. Alright, I guess we're moving.
I also don't have much to do, so I'm just going through the Wikipedia article of Imperial units.
Oh no. Well, you'll have something to talk about during the ad break.
I will!
You will! Sholmes is
Very
sweet.
exciting.
The home and office of the world-famous great detective and his young companion, Iris. It seems people from all over the globe come to engage his consulting detective services. Oh god, what shall we find? There's a shoe on the mantle and a knife in the wall. This is gonna go well. Hi, Iris. Oh my god, I forgot we have names. I'm sorry.
Playtime's
Sholmes?
over, kiddo. It's time to face the music.
Sholmes? Morning, Runo. Morning, Susie. Good morning, Iris. Iris? What is it, Runo? What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled. Okay, you didn't have to go like that far. Ah, yes. You noticed that, did you? We found him. Hurley isn't in the best form this morning, it seems. Oh god, he saw us. Oh god. Oh, we've been Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Good morning. I see what you mean by you don't have a lot to do.
A good morning to die, perhaps.
Why does he want to die? Oh
He's having a bad time.
no. He is. Has something happened to Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before. Oh my god.
My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead.
Did you stay up too late last night, Sholmes?
Down the blasting distance!
I see. I see.
That's all it is, my dear fellows. Nothing of consequence.
I see. I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if it's not too much trouble.
It's so... Kitty? Kitty!
Kitty!
Oh, look! It's Wagahai! I knew that was his name. Good
Name
job,
confirmed!
Name confirmed.
Though I will say that technically, Wagahai did not have a name at the time we met them last time.
I see. We've named him now.
It was a post-mortem name.
Good morning, boy. I'll stop meowing.
No, it's good. That's what it is. You're playing
be.
Lagahai now.
I am. That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. But how did it get there? Well then, everyone, time for breakfast! Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris. I'm gonna be so tired from going back and forth between Iris and...
It would indeed be a fine day to die.
His text showing up so slow is so funny.
This is a broken man.
I knew something looked different. The desk is clean. Something's missing from Mr. Sholmes's desk. Oh, we can move in both directions this time?
It's a big room.
It is a big room. I shouldn't look at the desk last or anything, should I? Oh, there's so much to look at.
I think you're good.
Look at Mr. Sholmes's desk. It's completely clear. Isn't that enormous machine usually on it? We can never hope to understand what goes on in the great detective's mind, Mr. Naruhodo. Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite.
He's just gone.
That's scarily plausible, actually. Alright, the desk is checked out. What have we to look at over here? Some books? There's all sorts on these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help feeling that the whole lot is going to topple at any moment. Oh, it's such a charmingly untidy collection of paraphernalia, isn't it? It just looks messy to me, like my desk. But you, Mr. Naruhodo, must learn to tidy up after yourself. No favoritism there, then. That's cute. Share things. Moving on. Got like a phonograph. We got a globe. Got the walls. Oh, let's see what this is. Ah, it's the fireplace. Okay. The fire's burning comforting. I can't talk. The fire's burning comfortingly in the grate again today. It's a very different feeling to a Japanese hibachi somehow. Oh, look at that photographic print of a lady displayed on the mantelpiece. Could it be? Yes, it must be. It's the woman. Oh, how exciting. Oh, no. Is that supposed to mean something to me? I got an achievement for looking at that and for her saying that. Oh my god. I know who they're referencing there. It's fine.
And that's all.
That's all I get. That's all I get.
All you get. That's
but I got an achievement for it, and that's what really matters.
Yeah, very exciting.
It looks like that huge metal chest is being used as a table for tea and coffee. Seems very sturdy with an equally sturdy lock. Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't go around opening things. Wow, sorry. My bad. I always have to keep an eye on you, don't I? You're very mischievous. How did you come to that conclusion? I mean, I was just trying to open a chest, but, you know, whatever.
To be fair, the chest is a mimic and will murder you.
Oh, okay.
Like a classic, like, fantasy style mimic, just murder.
That's true. You get a point. These are all mementos of Mr. Sholmes's past cases, I think. If he'd been involved in my case, I wonder if the beef steak from Le Carnival would be on display here.
Just rotting?
Yeah, just rotting. Exactly. Is there anything from the boat?
I don't see anything.
A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing men, a bust of Napoleon? Ah, what an entrancing collection! Okay. It looks like an untidy assortment of junk to me, rather like what's on my own shelves. Well, you really ought to learn to keep your things in order, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you. Sorry. No favoritism there at all. I guess I'll talk to Iris last. Oh, math. This is where Iris notes down ideas, isn't it? Let's see, what does it say today? Ah, the Boscombe Valley Mystery. Ooh, how intriguing. It must be the title of Iris's latest work. Oh my, I wonder what fantastic tale awaits us. Susato-san looks like an angel, but I bet she's dreaming of the most unsavory crime you could imagine. You know,
Susato's just a big true crime fan.
I was about to say, if Susato were around now, she would have a true crime podcast. She would have a true crime podcast. Iris's beautiful tea set is there on the table as usual. A cup of one of her special herbal blends always helps me to relax when I'm feeling the strain. The English pastime of tea has many similarities with our own tea ceremony customs, don't you think? It's the idea of hospitality behind it. That's the essence of tea. Okay, cool. That was cute. More shelves, a typewriter. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Iris doing much writing recently. But there's paper already set up in the typewriter. Look, as if she's about to start. That reminds me, when I mentioned that Iris was in the process of writing a full-fledged novel, Mr. Natsume was most impressed. Ah yes, Mr. Natsume. That's what I'll be doing too once I'm back in Japan, he said through tightly clenched fists and teeth. That's cute. Is that everything? That's everything.
I think we're good.
I think we gotta go over and talk to the lady herself, Iris.
Iris is here. Hello, Iris.
Oh, Waga High.
Waga High time.
Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then. Oh, yes! And I've become very attached to little Waggy. Oh my god, the nicknames are terrible.
It would appear his previous owner was completely forgotten to him.
Sholmes, you're taking this very personally, and I don't know why.
Cats are unfeeling creatures. A muse as empty as the hearts of the muses. That was a good pun.
Sir. That's sad. Depressed puns are depressed. Aww! If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place. I expect he would have taken him if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed.
Traumatized.
Yeah, right? Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable. Meow. Yes, he really is. Oh yes, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from? Oh, you noticed? You are observant, Runo. Look, I used this. It's my latest invention. Is that just a thing that cuts a square out of something?
Just a square saw?
What is that? I call it the cat flap-a-mat. What the hell? Okay. Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats? That's right! It can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. Oh my god. It's very powerful, you see. Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap? She is appalled. Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. Hee hee hee. It's fine. Wow. Okay. We go back.
I am chafing under the lack of Oscars I can receive in these conditions. Let's talk to Sholmes.
I'm so sorry. We're gonna talk to Sholmes now. We gotta look at the room
Oh,
first.
thank goodness.
Excuse me. We are not just about to point blank ask this man why he wants to die.
And right before an ad break, too.
Oh my god, is there really about to be an ad break? Oh no.
Well, this is the hour mark, so I just assume.
Oh yeah, in like 1 minute. Should we wait? I'm gonna run the ads.
Yeah, run the ad.
And then you can you can start winning your Oscar. All right, we're gonna
I can
run the
run the
ads real quick
Oscars.
just before it starts warning me. I'll be right back,
Yep.
guys.
Cool. In that time, I guess I can speak about the Imperial units in this Wikipedia article.
Okay.
We've got the classics, like the foot, the yard, the mile. But we have the unconventional distance units, such as the hand, which I mentioned earlier, which is 4 inches or 1/3 of a foot. We have the barleycorn, which is 1/3 of an inch. Honestly, fairly similar in focus to like a centimeter. Because like an inch is too big for a centimeter. A barleycorn seems a bit closer. Then we have the thou, which is 1/1000th of an inch.
My Zoom
Which is why it's
broken.
called that. Oh no!
I don't know why my Zoom is broken.
Anyway,
Sorry.
then we
Oh, I know how to
have-
fix it. Hold on.
we have the
Keep talking.
chain, which is 22 yards. And then we have the furlong, which is 10 chains, but more people know it better as like 1/8 of a mile. And then we have the league, which is 3 miles. That's an exciting one.
I'm fixing it. I think I'm fixing it.
Then we have the area units, which are not as exciting. We have the acre, which is I don't okay. Actually, let's start with the square mile. The square mile is regular and normal. It's a square mile. The acre is 1/640th of a square mile, which means it's honestly that's an awkward unit because you would think like, oh, it's 1/8 of 80 acres. But like, no, that's not how that works. Then we have the rood, which is 1/4 of an acre, and then the perch, which is 1/40th of a rood.
The perch.
If you're
Is that
trying to
like
get
the
this into like,
fish? Or like something a bird lands on. I wonder.
I think it was okay. So going to the rood unit, also known as the rod, the perch, or the pole, possibly also the lug. It appears to have been a surveyor's tool, so they named it after the tool itself.
I see.
Fascinating times at the Imperial Unit Store.
The Imperial Unit Store. This is great music for talking about Imperial units.
Yeah. We do be in the Empire.
Yeah. With our happy little waltz here.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back.
Yay! Excellent. Now let's figure out what's going on with Shelby.
Oh, I have broken my Zoom so horrifically.
After we spent all that time getting them working.
I know, it's doing the same thing. Do you see what it's doing?
I do not. I have not been paying attention. I've been
I'm
reading.
just not going to use the Zooms. It's fine.
Okay.
We're just not gonna use this
Condolences.
time. Very upsetting. I'll see if I can fix it by restarting OBS later, and I'll test it again. Okay, but now
Alright.
we're gonna be very insensitive. Or maybe it's not insensitive. But anyway, we're gonna ask Shelms why he wants to die.
It's like the flammable, inflammable are synonyms thing.
Oh god. You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Shelms. What's happened? Dots have happened. Okay.
Come on, Shelms, give me some lines. It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its mellifluent tones would make flowers bloom.
Oh my god, he's using big words again. It would.
Probably. But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Schultz?
For hours I have bowed, for days even. Through the night I have endeavored to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost.
Sir, you don't just suddenly stop being good at a musical instrument.
That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone is gone forever. No more recitals of unbridled emotion.
Wow. Okay. Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley? Oh my god. Don't worry, I'm sure it'll come back to you in time.
Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man, the next they unmercifully withdraw it.
Oh, dear.
Ah! Why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have for violin from me, what is left, for pity's sake? What is left?
Oh god, he is just sad. He's a sad little man. Deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? The missing machine. Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but your desk looks rather empty today.
Ah, well done, Mr. Sato. Your observational skills do you credit.
Oh no, Mr. Sholmes. They pale into insignificance when compared to yours. You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you? You mean Hurley's great analytoscope? I can't talk. That's at Windybanks now. Sorry, it's at a windy bank? No, Windybanks, the pawnbrokery. Oh no!
What? What's wrong?
Pawn? What? Why is he
Is there a
pawning off
problem?
his machine?
Is there a problem here?
It's his analytoscope. It's apparently
Yeah, okay, but what's-
important.
Yeah, okay, but what's the problem?
You mean you've pawned that enormous machine of yours? Who else is gonna use it?
It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly.
But isn't it a very important machine for your work? Oh, she's got wibbly eyes again. I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate.
What's Susato worried about? What are you worried about? What's going on here? Why is everyone sad?
I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you.
What's going on?
What is going on?
Dear madam, things are far from desperate. Aside from the fact that I'm miserable.
But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How could it be anything but desperate?
Why would it be desperate?
He broke.
Making use of a pawnbroker is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you.
It is. It doesn't sound ordinary at all.
It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works.
Oh,
I'd say the same to you, Ascella.
what's to understand exactly? How pawnbroking works.
You're about to
Okay.
learn today the illustrious world of pawnbroking. Get ready.
Oh God. What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works?
To the people of London, pawnbrokers are akin to banks.
Thanks.
On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to the pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily throughout the week.
And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they've earned. I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London.
Yeah, they would, wouldn't they? And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise. You now understand.
No, not entirely.
This is how you liquidate your value temporarily. It's like taking out a loan to
Yes, that's how pawn
Gamble with.
shops work. Yes. But
so he's just doing a little day trading. What's the problem?
okay, sure. Oh, how ingenious. So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Windibanks, you see?
Doubles as storage. The pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault.
Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain?
Wacky.
Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley?
What does it matter? The world is dead to me.
What did you pawn?
The analytoscope.
Why is the cat upset?
Forgot to say
Oh.
the line.
What was that? I'm not meowing again.
Why not?
You have run out of meows from me.
It just said one.
Fine. Meow.
Alright, cool. We can continue.
Wagahai. Uh-oh. Clatter, clatter, screech. What is he doing? Wagahai, what are you doing?
What was that?
Oh no! Wagahai's tangled up in your— oh no, in your violin! I think he thinks it's a toy. No, what's he doing to it? Oh dear, Mr. Sholmes' precious violin. Now he really has no reason to live. Oh my god.
Why should I? Why should I care?
My god. What?
I shouldn't be surprised.
He is so just okay.
If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I know. He's just gone.
He is gone.
He's just gone.
Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he? Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives, shall I, Hurley?
Cat or the violin?
Out of the
Okay, the
cat's
violin.
reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage.
Well,
Is it hanging around where we can see it and assess the
Yep,
violin damage?
there it is.
There
Looking
it
pretty
is.
violinish to me. I mean, I'm not the biggest expert on string instruments.
Sorry, my... Eh? Oh no, I'm getting bot rated. Hold on.
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm getting
We're
bot
famous?
rated. Yeah, hold on.
Oh no, no, you're incorrect.
I just got followed by 2 random people. Do you know them?
Yeah, but yeah, I knew one of them. I didn't see the other.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
So like at least 50% of the people who just followed you are not malicious in nature.
Okay.
Tukum 6 is a known regular in my streams.
Who's pawn 126?
I believe. Oh, yeah, I know both of them. I know both of them.
Okay,
You're
I
good.
don't like
You're
the
fine. You're
alarm.
good. That's okay. It's okay. You're good. I can vouch for their innocence.
Don't test me. I will fight you so hard.
Do not fight Tukum 6 and Pawn 126. They're good
Hello,
people.
welcome. You alarmed me. They just followed like really fast right after each other, and my thing didn't go off. Like my alerts didn't go off, and I was
I feel
like,
it's
"Oh
OBS's
shit,
fault."
here it comes." Yeah, this
No, you're
OBS
good.
update kind of borked everything because it didn't show. It hasn't shown me follows, and it broke my Zoom. Which means I'll have to go fix my Zoom. You are quick! You're welcome here. You are not bots. I will not kick you. Thank you for coming. We're inspecting a violin that has been attacked by a cat. Oh, poor violin.
Tragic violin moment.
So this is the violin, is it?
It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari.
Thank you! I don't know why it has slow mode still on. I turned off slow mode. Hold on, let me
No, it doesn't think it is. It says it's no longer in slow mode.
My thing says it's still in slow mode. Okay, slow mode is off. It's just...
Wait, I'm a mod. I have powers. I can check.
I'm gonna
It's off.
refresh. Oh, it was... I think maybe something is going on with Twitch, but that's just me.
Possibly.
Well, thank you for coming! Welcome! Thank you for the follows, Pawn, and what? How do you say that?
I just pronounce it Tukum. I assume it's like tech mem.
Tech.
It's fine.
Tech. You're
Tech.
tech. Hello,
Tech
tech.
teach.
Hello,
Ch-
tech.
Hello,
Yep.
ch- hello.
We're great with names around here. Can't you tell? Ah! I clicked. I didn't mean.
I
to
mean, you don't
click.
need a name to be pronounceable. Just look at Lahuzgus.
That's true. Why has everybody from your channel got a key smash name and keep alarming me?
I'm sorry. It's
Why?
just the
It's fine. I don't
just the
mind.
company I
just-
attract for some reason.
You attract the people who are too busy being viewers and enjoyers to come up with an elaborate name, and that's fine.
I attract the memory dumps from my Ekin segmentation faults.
Memory dumps. Oh no. I love it. I just got alarmed because one of my friends got bot rated one time, and it definitely looked like 2 really quick follows, one right after another, and nobody ever follows me, so I got alarmed. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me. You take that back, Ryunosuke.
Oh, is it like loosey goosey?
Lose goose.
Loosey goosey. I happened upon it covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript black alley. broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. I ran out of... I extrapolated my audio at the end there.
No, Tech, you're cool. Thank you for coming. I just get really easily alarmed, so don't you worry about it. It's nice to have you here. Please enjoy the many streams of me and Exception that are going to happen, because Exception is not escaping.
Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and then like 1 a.m. Greenwich, I think.
I'm GMT minus something, yeah.
I think you're like -5 or 6,
7?
depending on daylight savings.
6 something? Yeah. How honorable of you.
Man, just fleeced some random pawnbroker. And until today, it has been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made.
He looks genuinely distressed, and I'm sad.
Is there reason to live in a world devoid of music to tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none!
This man is distressed, my friends.
It's about to get worse. Or better, depending on your opinions.
Mr. Sholmes.
What, dear madam, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine.
Why are you so like this? Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think?
Hmm?
What do you mean, Miss Susato? Oh, Susie's right! Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different. I see. And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before.
That could have been from the cat.
A purloined violin. Wait, it's not even the right size, is it?
What's this?
Oh, whoa, what's this?
Thoth? Egyptian god of knowledge?
I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. No wonder it sounds bad.
Then what?
We've lost him. I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola. Oh, so it's bigger. Okay.
What?
I think they're in a different key from a violin. No wonder it sounds wrong.
You're right! You're quite right! This isn't my faithful Stradivarius! So what? Hey, if this piece of string flotsam!
Not your faithful performing partner, then.
I wrote Thoth in the chat.
Thank you for Thoth. I appreciate you. Ah, I see what must have happened. Did he pawn it? Oh, God. I get the wrong one back. You do, Iris? This is just a simple mix-up. It sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. A wacky hijinks music has started.
Iris's theme.
The wacky hijinks. Iris, talk to me. Mix-up. What did you mean by a mix-up, Iris? Well, you see, this this viola, I mean, was at Windibank's until last week. At the pawnbroker's. Not Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner.
There's a proverb from the East with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows.
He's fine now. He's just fine now.
always let a beloved child travel.
Yes, indeed. So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth? Oh boy.
That's the
Oh, what
best
a
plan ever.
wonderful idea. Yeah,
That's
apparently.
the best plan. Last week I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. Ah,
You are so broke, sir.
but it would appear Mr. Winterbank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber.
No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings.
Pshaw, a fine state of affairs this is. And why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo,
What do you always say, Mr. Sholmes?
never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time.
Sir? But earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbrokery as an extremely secure vault. He didn't mean it. He didn't mean it.
Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Dilly-dallying will get you nowhere.
Oh my god, we gotta go investigate the Viola incident.
Is this going to be the court case? Are we going to, like,
Sorry.
are we going to sue the
We're
pawnbroker?
gonna sue the pawnbroker. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Oh my god, imagine.
This is hilarious.
This is some wacky hijinks, in fact.
This is the kind of nonsense I would expect for a case 4 in an Ace Attorney game.
Well, now it's case 5, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
nonsensical just for you.
Heck yeah.
I love how you're pretending like you don't know what's going on, but like you do know what's going on because you've been through this game before. But like, for my sake, you're playing along, and I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I come from the deceased crab school of experiencing a video game publicly.
Oh, I put an OO in the chat because I could. Yes, indeed. Sorry?
Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect, pressing your coffee so obtusely.
Stop with your words.
Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced?
The Sholmes music again. We must visit Mr. Windibank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes?
We must speak with the manager. Precisely, Miss Susato, without a moment's delay.
Okay, Karen Sholmes. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs.
My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect to press your eggs even more obtusely?
Wow. All right. Say no more. Let's go then. Don't worry, Bruno. I'd be happy to heat it up for you again later. Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I am rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker's looks like. This is all very interesting.
All right.
All right, we have examined, we have conversed, and
We have conversed.
we can move to the pawnbrokers.
It's time to move.
man. Oh, a new location has been added. Let's see. Baker Street, so outside of the street, and the pawnbroker. Should we do the street first?
Eh,
Go straight to the pawnbroker. Okay.
eh.
Sure.
Streets are streets.
Sure.
If we can't go there immediately, we'll be stopped midway. Hey, we got there immediately.
Got there. Why, look how fancy it is.
Man, it's like April 15th.
It is April 15th.
Weird coincidence.
Is it?
Yeah.
So this is a British pawnbrokery. Oh my, there are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before. Ah, Susato-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I get the impression you enjoy places like this? Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me. Oh, he got dressed at least.
My dear fellows, let us not forget why we are here.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure.
And he's punching Susato. Stop punching Susato. She did nothing wrong.
Ow!
And clearly Mr. Sholmes means business, too, judging from the spark of fury in his eyes.
Ah, Mr. Sholmes, sir. Welcome back.
Now you get to talk to yourself.
Did you hear that brazen welcome?
Hi, Konaki! Hello!
Hi, hello. You just in time. I'm about to Oscar. I've been unable to Oscar for an hour and a half.
I'm so sorry.
No,
It's
that's
been
the game's
miserable
fault.
Sholmesing.
I did depressed Sholmes for an hour.
Sad Sholmes. Sad boy Sholmes.
Now he's angry Sholmes, and I can
Nice.
work with that.
He's shangry. Well, yes, we are potential customers after all.
We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Winterbank of our ire.
I see.
Come! The fight is afoot.
Is it a foot or is it like in the metric system?
With how far we're going to be punching this chump, it's probably going to be a yard.
He's gonna be a whole yard. Should
I-
we examine, guys? What?
I'm of the opinion that we do not examine yet.
Okay, yet. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll converse about the violin! Just so you can talk.
Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yes? This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr.
Wister?
Mr. Winterbank.
Wister?
You whiskered fiend! The color of the wood is different. It has holes in it. It's not even the same size.
A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes. He doesn't seem impressed.
I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There is only one way to make amends.
Give him his freaking violin back. He's running! What the? Ah!
I shall have to take my own life.
Why is everyone being weird today? Even Sholmes is unimpressed.
I don't think that will be necessary, do you? If I may just say one thing before I pop off. Yes? It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Oh my god, Sholmes!
As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin when I heard, "Ah, here it is." You did. And when I turned to confront you, you had taken the viola and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me.
Sir?
No, stop, my dear fellow. The fault is mine.
Wow, Sholmes just fell over. Are you gonna calm down? Wow.
Phew.
It would appear that the fight is over.
I do humbly apologize, Mr. Winterbank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy.
Oh my god, Sholmes.
Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Herlock Sholmes without that questionable disposition, now would you? do believe you may be right, sir.
It's either laugh or cry, I suppose.
You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I didn't remind you of the peculiar collection of items you've brought through my door in the past.
Oh, peculiar items?
In the extreme, ma'am. For example, the unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novel of Sherlock Holmes and some such.
Oh my, a new full-fledged novel? And unpublished? A story I have yet to read, you mean?
Ah! Forgive me!
Wait, before you die, you must tell me more!
Usato!
My dude? Quit trying to die! I must know more. Tell me everything. Wow, Susato-san is really fired up now. Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof? He's probably done that routine several times to show him specifically. Someone take that gun away from him, right? Oh, there you go, he's dropped it now.
Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see. I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Winterbank. What chest like that? 1 shilling, sir. Not a farthing more. It houses something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript, recounting the adventures of one Mr. Sherlock Holmes. I beg your pardon, a manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here. And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tales of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom.
How much Sholmes stuff do you have?
Half of my stock is old Sholmes junk.
Oh my god. Mr. Sholmes? Is that really true? He's speaking dot. Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this?
I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings securely. Of course, sir, of course. That's safe and sound with me, I assure you, on my life.
This is a little extreme, man. Come on.
Yeah,
This is all very strange.
yeah.
Sure,
Okay.
let's talk about pawnbrokery.
Hold.
Hold.
Now examine stuff.
Now examine stuff? Okay.
Yep.
I see. Let's see, what have we to examine? We have the back room.
What are you doing, my dear fellows?
We're looking at the back room!
We are not here to browse for interesting curios. We have come to teach this broker a lesson.
No, we have not.
I guess we're not done talking to the broker.
Oh, but there are just so many fascinating items. It looks as though we'll have to talk to Mr. Winterbank first before you can explore in here, Miss Susato.
Didn't want you to miss out on that, even though I forced you to skip it. So we can't examine anything.
Oh, I
We're banned.
see. Banned. Pawnbrokery. I wonder, could I ask you something?
Ah, a gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that's stable, student. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it.
Don't take my clothes!
Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull. It is pure black.
And? Sorry?
It looks like he's ready for a funeral at all times. But for your splendid attire, 5 guineas, no less. The colors are exquisite, the design exotic. Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say.
Oh my! 5 guineas, you say? How interesting. Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it said that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London.
Yes, sir, indeed. Many of our customers utilize the establishment as you described. I appraise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure stowage. If in that time they repay the original sum to me plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned.
But what happens if they don't pay you the money?
Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me.
So you never sell items before the 2 months has passed then?
That's right, ma'am, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense is for me to end it all. The very idea, Mr. Winterbank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually.
Says the man who was telling us it was a good day to die only this morning.
And let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs.
Oh, what sort of measures?
I engineered a simple device which Mr. Winterbank has installed here in his shop. I call it the Red-Handed Recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Winterbank?
Uh-oh. What was that deep sigh about? Red-handed recorder, huh? What on earth is a red-handed recorder?
Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are 2 just below the ceiling.
I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device.
Very astute.
Okay. Okay.
It is indeed a camera, furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop.
This is going to be important later. It's a security camera! That's so funny.
The first of its kind.
He invented a security camera. Good for him.
Here I have an example I can show you.
Added to the court record.
With like a frame rate of like 1/1800th frames per second. Ah yes, a print from the camera set to record the activity at the shop counter. I developed a special type of film so sensitive it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness.
Really? That's extraordinary. The dog picture is sending me.
It's a lovely picture of a dog.
Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look! And a cat in the foreground.
So you see, were someone to enter the premise. So you see, were someone to enter the premise with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed.
But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals?
Indeed, as you say, my dear madam.
Then what if the incident were to occur in between times?
One could only say that would be a cruel twist of fate. I must confess, your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late. I beg your pardon, Mr. Winterbank. Surely it's not anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir. You most graciously placed not one, but 2 cameras in my shop, after all. Which means I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older.
Just the cost of the film. Dang. He does not care.
Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbroker, no? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price.
Oh my god.
Oh, heaven help us. Was he Snowden? Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin. Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Winterbank.
It is returned.
Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you try to pop, Because if anything were to happen to one of them,
Good lord.
this would be the only answer.
Do you have to be demonstrating this, sir? I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt.
Fear not.
Sorry?
I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed.
That's not really what I meant.
Good day to you then, Mr. Winterbank. It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes.
Has it?
No.
So, Mr. Naruhodo. Now we can explore at last.
All right.
Yay! Examine the shop. Look at all the
Examine the everything.
things. Back room. There seems to be a little door hidden behind that curtain there.
That leads to the storage room, where Mr. Winterbank keeps articles that are currently in pawn.
Ah, I see.
There's nothing of particular interest inside. I certainly wouldn't recommend any larcenous activity.
Okay. Recommended or not, it's not something I tend to do.
There is but one key, and Mr. Winterbank keeps it in his pocket at all times.
This is all very specific.
How does he know this?
This is all very specific.
Before he sleeps, he places it into a small pot, which he slides under his pillow. How on earth did you know about that, Mr. Sholmes? I am a detective, sir. It is my business to know what others do not.
Oh, okay.
I am frequently assailed by information that I neither care for nor wish to retain.
Mr. Sholmes, you are a wonder.
That's one way of putting it.
Yeah. And the prime suspect if this pawnbrokery has ever burgled. Oh dear. Look at that enormous ledger open on the counter there. Mr. Oh, that's you.
Mr. Winterbanks is, if nothing else, very particular about recording the items he accepts.
The dog is killing me. He'd have to be. Otherwise, he'd get himself into all sorts of trouble. Which might explain the thing that catches my eye far more than the ledger. This revolver here.
Do not entertain even a single thought of pilfering an article herein, my dear fellow. I assure you, Mr. Winterbank would not hesitate to draw that weapon with a speed belying his portly size.
Oh, you don't mean he'd...
Blow his brains out? Indeed. In recompense for his blunder.
Wow. This game is going for it. Oh my. But in any case, of course we would never do such a thing. How could you even suggest it? Then we do the counter. Ooh, there we go. Look at this. What could this lovely big shiny box be?
That, my dear madam, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country?
Oh my! Yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before.
Shall we listen a while?
Aww. Ah, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels. I've never heard anything like it before in my life.
This particular specimen is of the larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There's a metal disc inside on which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played.
My goodness, what a simply delightful machine.
Indeed, though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course.
Science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace.
You bet they do.
Have a look. Oh, something here. What an assortment of things there are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks, and watches. Almost anything you care to imagine.
Those are forfeited items offered for sale by the pawnbroker.
What does that really mean, though?
When you pawn, or colloquially pop, an item, the broker loans you the money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in his shop for sale at a price of his choosing.
Oh, yes. Now you've explained it, I'm noticing little price tags on everything.
Of course, simply by pawning... Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow.
My treasured university uniform? Never! It embodies my student spirit. You're a lawyer now, son. Alright, we've looked over here. Time to go! Pan! Pan! Oh, this. Now what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does? It seems to have two little windows for looking through.
Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you are looking at is a stereoscope.
A stereo... Fascinating.
It is aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself.
Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment while I just have a look.
Just before you do, there is something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed. However, if this is beyond you, it is of little consequence today.
All right then, I'm going to try it. Oh, she's so cute. Ah! What? Why are you screaming? Mr. Naruhodo, you must see at once. Oh, all right then. So I need to be cross-eyed, like I'm trying to look at my own nose.
So I'm gonna make a declarative statement here. So I've seen a lot of people play this game, and I feel like a lot of people don't realize, because stereoscopes are gonna pop up later as well. When Charles gives that instructions, it is to the player. He's saying you need to be cross-eyed if you want to be seeing this. He's expecting you to attempt to look at it instead of just play through the game. This is some collaborative player interaction. You need to see it.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, I can't do it.
What the? I don't believe it.
But like, if you have the power to be cross-eyed, you can like skip stuff and get straight to the meat bits in like a cool way.
It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it.
Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them.
Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic? Oh, Susato. Oh no.
It is no magic, my dear madam. It is, well...
Science. It's science.
Far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save the lesson for another day.
Thanks. Oh. What was this? Look at this. Whatever could it be used for? I have no idea. Ah. Sholmes, care to explain? There's a small catch just here. Look. We're going to open it, aren't we? Oh! Oh my, that's amazing! It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism. Which we'll never manage to put back to the way it was before.
What are you two doing?
What? Us? Nothing. No, nothing at all. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere.
Like a yard away?
Like just a second ago? Yeah.
Like 4 hands away?
4 hands? The date.
Ooh, we gotta fade to black for this one.
That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it?
Ornate.
15th April, today's date. I wonder what they did for April Fool's Day.
Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date.
That sounds significant. Okay.
The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Winterbank. What does that even mean?
And who was it who walked out of here with the wrong violin before?
Well, when the agreed storage period has passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say.
I see. Oh yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job.
This is you.
Oh. What? Only tuppence for it? That ain't fair and you know it. The article is barely
This one's me. This one's me.
Oh my god.
The article is barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer more.
Are we having conflict in the store? Sounds like there's an argument brewing over by the counter.
That's you again.
Okay. Come on, that can't be right. Have you even had a proper butcher's at it?
I've seen all I need to see, young girl.
Oh, God. Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her. Oh, yes. It's the young lady from Mr. McGilded's trial 2 months ago. Oh.
Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. I've forgotten how to do McGilded. What's commonly called a pickpocket.
Got things, yep. Hi, Gina. Gordon Bennett, you lot! Please don't. Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well. Eh? What? You remember me then, do ya? Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. So what are you doing in here? Down and out like the rest of us. Nothing to eat. Come to pop that black weasel. Sorry. Coat, have ya? What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it?
Be warned. Ad time soon.
Yes, I see 1 minute.
Ah, good day, unless I'm much mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher.
Ah, Mr. Schultz.
So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article, and I shall negotiate with Mr. Winterbank on your behalf. This lady stole from you, and now you're helping her get money for a coat.
Pull the other one. I don't need no help from some stuck-up D. Get out of my business. Go on, or I'll make trouble for you.
As you wish, Miss Lestrade. I will happily remove myself from your presence.
Okay, I guess it's a good time to run an ad.
Now, one more, just one more, just one more, just one more.
Oh, you got 8 seconds.
Alright, he's gone.
He's really done it. He's gone.
The rare Sholmes disappearance. Alright.
Right. Just waiting for the ad to run itself because it won't let me run it now.
All right, you ready for this? I've got
Go
funny
for it.
units here. Okay, here's the table of mass units, and we've got the well, the pound is obviously the one everyone knows, but then we have the stone, which is 14 pounds. But what I really want to bring up is the hundredweight. Do you want to know how many pounds a hundredweight is?
Sure.
112.
112. Okay.
112. Though Wikipedia specifies that this is the long hundredweight as opposed to the short hundredweight that is 100 pounds used in the US and Canada. But here in Britain, hundredweight's 112 for some reason. Then there's the ton, which is 2,240 pounds for some reason. Then there's a sort of subsection for a gravitational unit called the slug. And the slug is apparently a mass that accelerates by 1 foot per second when a force of 1 pound is exerted on it. Therefore, one slug is 32.17404.856 pounds. which is apparently what just acceleration from gravity is in feet per second, which makes sense, I think. The pound force.
The pound force.
The pound force. The force of the pound. Money has power.
Money does have power. Attack money.
Attack money, like
Attack money.
like an attack dog, but money.
Yes.
Just,
Attack pounds.
just take like a $100 bill and throw it at someone, and they just go.
I want to be paid in attack pounds.
Just violence money.
Yeah.
A war bond.
Yeah. I think so.
A battle buck.
Battle
A combat coin.
buck.
A danger dollar.
Danger dollar. I got nothing. You're taking all the good explanations.
A strife sawbuck.
Oh my god. I can't even think of another one. You're doing the most.
I mean, I could do more, but I'd have to.
Euphemisms for money.
I'd have to go to like foreign currency to get like the punch peso.
The punch peso. I got nothing. I got
murder
nothing.
money.
The murder money.
The brawl Benjamin.
The brawl Benjamin. Oh my god. Alright, we're back. Hello everyone, welcome back.
If
He's
you
done
are
it.
not subscribed,
He's
you missed
gone.
so many puns on dollars in
You
combat.
missed 1 billion puns. I'm so sorry.
You missed all the combat currency.
You did. So they timestamped that for me.
2 hours. There's the second ad break. Easy.
Easy. Okay. 2 hours.
It's like we know it's from an ad break, so we know it's on the hour.
That's true.
It was just one of them.
Just remind me.
I'll remind you. I don't know what you want to do with it, but I'll remind you.
Okay, thanks. He is gone.
I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here.
What is that thing he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc? Is this for the music box? Hey, you! Go on, leave me alone! Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest. Oh my goodness. Susato-san can really stand her ground when she wants to. Whatever. Guess we converse. What you doing? Somehow, I didn't really think you were the sort of person who'd use a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade. Yeah, well, I am alright. I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. That a problem, is it? No, not at all. It's just that, well... Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got it on the dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy Chase. Oh my god. Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines. You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo? Alright then, I'm just gonna come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people? Well, I don't know how best to answer that, really. Suppose, sometimes. You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade. But not this time, alright? I swear, that thing belongs to me. The disc that Mr. Windibank is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. Alright, alright, alright. Let's go over here and examine and see what's up. Miss Lestrade's disc. Mr. Windibank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface.
This is a music disc, you see, for use inside a music box.
In a music box? What, you don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh? I know what a music box is, I've just never seen one of these discs before.
Small protrusions on the metal disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going, and beautiful music plays.
It's so incredible! Tell us, what tune is on this disc?
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box, you see. British-made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for.
I see. I see.
You do!
I do see.
And that's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customer for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny.
That's a packet of lies. He told me he did. He said it was, well... He? Who? Never you mind. It just ain't right, that's all. That disc's worth good money, I know it is.
Well, you'll have to try to look at another pawnbroker's, won't you? Won't you?
Arg.
Won't you?
She's mad.
She's been in before, of course, this little tatterdemalion.
They're making up words again.
What? What the
I
heck?
see.
And brought some dubious articles or other with her every single time, I might add.
Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me.
Tatterdemalion, adjective. Ragged or disreputable in appearance.
I see.
Being in a decayed state or condition, see dilapidated.
I see.
Or noun, a person dressed in ragged clothing. See ragamuffin.
Ah, ragamuffin. Okay. So, is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today?
Yeah, there's no associated music box. Well, if only it were that simple.
Sorry, what do you mean?
What she actually brought in was a storage ticket.
Ah, a storage ticket. So... No. Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has a lot of stuff one needs storing. Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious.
The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But as she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest, I was obliged to return the article to her.
But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windibank.
The little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. It's the overcoat that she redeemed.
Oh. What? What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does. So, what about the disc then? How does that come into all this?
Ah, the disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can agree on a price.
In orange.
Orange price.
New
Oh, well,
article to
orange article.
pawn. Look at it go. It was in orange for a reason. I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today.
It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say.
For this heavy black coat, which you returned to her care, as I understood it.
That's right, yes. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets.
Oh, you mean... What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady? Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it?
If you mean this disc, then yes, exactly, ma'am.
And she immediately tried to pawn it. For quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think. Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me. It doesn't really appear to be your size. The old man! It's the old man's, ain't it? Is it Miss Lestrade?
Could be.
Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious. Are you thinking out loud again, Renosuke?
Out of my way, please.
Oh no, who is this fop?
Okay, so you remember the ongoing joke that there's a lot of people in this game who are me. This rhyme among them.
Oh,
myself.
God. Oh no. Oh no, the window into Exception's soul just walked
Like, this
into
is not the most me person in the series, but this is probably the closest we get in the first game.
Okay. Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? In really bizarre color coordination, but okay. He looks like a fan.
You don't like the white, blue, and like sort of like diluted purple?
If it didn't have the purple, I would be a little more with it. Or if it didn't have the blue with the purple, I would be a little more with it. But as it stands, it just makes me think of an OnStars outfit. So
I mean, this guy, he could very easily be an OnStars character.
He's an idol.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got his little... Oh my god, are you kidding me? Please tell me you're not like this in real life.
Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen.
Oh my god, I'm so distressed.
Nah, he's a different element than I am,
Okay.
I would say.
Okay. What's your problem, eh?
That statement will make sense more later. There is no problem as long as you remove yourself. I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor.
Ooh.
And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve.
I see. Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. You think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line.
Well, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket.
Uh-oh. Eh? Who are you? How'd you know who I am?
The question is, how do you not know who I am?
I see.
You haven't the courtesy even to remember the faces of your victims, it seems.
Oh, snap. What? You mean from you?
Broker. Oh, yes, sir. I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes, the article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once.
Oh my! Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel, and needless to say, any music box discs too.
Is this guy a JoJo's character?
Yes. Yes, he is.
He is several JoJo's characters in a trench coat that this girl is currently wearing. Like, he is. I can think of at least 3 JoJo's characters he's referencing, and that hurts me.
And this is partially why he's me.
I see.
I am a JoJo character, basically.
I see. No, you can't have it. You just can't.
They don't know about my stand.
It was me old man's. Or it was. Now it's mine.
Illusion of Sky.
Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation. Yes, it is. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying? Oh, she's about to go ballistic. What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life, I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before.
Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin.
Oh, now he says ragamuffin.
You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now.
No! I swear it! I swear it to God.
It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street minding my own business when this little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets.
Yet again?
I get stolen from a lot.
Apparently.
Oh yes, as you can see, I'm a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these black-back slum scoundrels.
Sir.
Now then, relinquish my overcoat.
He is just so many JoJo characters. God.
Just wants to have a quiet life.
He doesn't
Come
want to
along.
have a quiet life.
Come along now, Miss Lestrade. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police.
Hold on, why does everyone think it's me? Just look at this dandy cove. Hey, you think I'm the dodgy one?
Yes. I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you.
Well, what about evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence that I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it.
Oh, I have evidence, naturally.
You what? Evidence.
Evidence.
Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman. Of course, we need only consult Mr. Windibank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place. Yes, brilliant!
I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh,
I never ask customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine.
but why not?
Well, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. Very many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity.
Yes, I see. But then, how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it?
Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir. Might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question?
Oh!
Of course. It's... Professor!
I see.
Foreshadowing. Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without doubt.
A watchword. Interesting. So, about these watchwords, Mr. Windibank.
As I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why certain customers would like to keep their activities secret.
Sir, I can't pan without you existing. That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it? Great detectives have no dark secrets. None at all. Oh, honey.
Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. The date of deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give it to this. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword.
And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article.
That's right, sir. Yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid. And I have supplied you with the information you require already. But for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat, deposited 2 months ago on the 15th of February. With a watchword of Professor. Foreshadowing.
Oh, foreshadowing, okay.
All perfectly correct information, sir.
But how?
Really, this is beyond a joke now. There is no further room for doubt.
Ugh.
Killer Queen, explode this lady.
Well... You. Examine you. Picture postcard gentleman. Excuse me, but who are you?
Get ready. One would expect the Inquisitor to introduce himself first.
I'm not ready, am I?
You're not. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you.
Oh, sorry. Yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here.
Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. Its inhabitants live on some fiery brown-colored soup dressed up with exotic spices.
I'm sorry, what?
I believe he's referring to curry.
That's so wrong, sir. I was like, that's curry, right? But that's wrong. You might be thinking of somewhere else? And what was that theatrical gesticulation about?
Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first, before inquiring after the name of another.
Of course, yes. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really. My name is Susato Mikotoba. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's assistant.
I see.
And now we don't get his name.
My name is Benedict. Yes, Eggert Benedict.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is the other reason why he is me.
Cause you like Eggs Benedict?
No, because well,
His
no,
name is
like
terrible pun.
I have many names. Exception has been shortened to many things. X, obviously, but in a slight corruption of that egg.
Egg.
So Eggception.
Eggception.
Like if you just say it really fast and you're not as sharp on the X as I am, then
I
just
see.
Eggception. So good old Mr. Egg here.
Mr. Benedict.
Mr.
Eggert.
Benedict.
Eggert.
Eggert Benedict.
They could not have picked a less dignified name for this man.
Eggert Benedict. Enchanté.
Oh my god. He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious.
Even in universe, that name is weird.
Right?
I'm gonna spoil the name of a character in a future game, but I don't know why this name is considered so weird, considering we later have a person just named Romaine Lettuce. So, like, what's wrong with this one?
It's silly.
It is silly, but it's like in universe silly, which is unusual.
That's true.
Now to the matter at hand.
Sir?
My overcoat. Return it at once to someone with the style to carry it off.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Ugh, every move he makes, every breath he takes, I can't stand watching him. I hate this. I hate this. Oh, there he goes. He's a little less
All
crazy
right.
looking now.
So, let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Eggert Benedict, sir. With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back.
This is why I hate grown-ups. Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar.
And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker. But of course, sir. Here's the disc for you. It's me, Colonel Eularin. Just this one.
Uh-oh.
Pardon, sir. I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another.
Another disc?
Oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that what was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now. So, Gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you?
Says who, eh? I don't know nothing about it.
Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Dear God. Wait a minute. The disc is mine. Uh-oh.
Ah! What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal.
Oh my. Yes, there's blood on the disc. It's because of all those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them. I found found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me old man. So you're not having it. Oi, you take it. Me? If I hang onto it, they'll have it off me again. So you keep hold of it. Miss Lestrade, why is this disc so important to her? Oh great, it's entered into the court record. Lovely.
You there, in the black livery. Livery? Hand the disc to me at once, please.
No, don't! He's lying! Grown-ups are all liars. Ugh, what do I do now? Don't make me choose. How am I going to resolve this? Sholmes, Sholmes?
You still by the stereoscope there, buddy? Yes, he is.
Oh, there's more stuff to look at.
I think it's the same stuff.
It's not got a check mark anymore, though.
I think the mark is just like how when we started, it was like, "What are you doing? We gotta talk to the pawnbroker." It'll be, "What are you doing? We gotta resolve this conflict."
We gotta talk to
placeholder.
Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes? Oh, there was a spam bot. See, I told you.
Oh yeah, that's not one of mine.
It's not one of yours.
That's not one of mine. TV3 ad? No.
TV3 ad. How do you know? You are on IT TV.
I mean, at least they're kind enough to put the fact that they're ads in their name, so it's very easy to identify them as a scam bot.
What are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. What the fuck?
Yeah.
This man's just eating candy. Oh god, what's he doing?
So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo.
What is that supposed to mean? Sorry?
After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to look in the shadows. Cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let the society see what my downfall had done to me. So, feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets on the desolate place. In this desolate place. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have, this 7% solution of caramel. Sholmes caramel. He's got a brand?
It says Sholmes caramel, yeah.
He's got a brand of caramel. Raids, you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo, but how could you?
Okay, buddy.
I was so lonely, so desperately lonely.
Sorry. Then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know?
Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered.
You really were sad, weren't you?
I was miserable, Mr. Naruhodo.
Poor Mr. Sholmes. I feel simply awful for you.
It would seem that my inferences are correct.
Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again.
You bet your bippy I did. My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized? How much could I pawn it for?
It seems Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes of inspiration.
Yeah.
But who knows if it will help resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman.
They just refuse to call him Mr. Edgar Benedict.
What is the right thing to do here? I guess listen to the deduction. I mean, like...
Here we go.
God.
You've pulled us in. The die has been cast.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament.
Where the blue blazes have you been, eh?
Pardon?
When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away, not an hour later. Harsh.
And who, pray tell, are you?
You wish you didn't know.
Mr. Eggert Benedict. You have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon. The first is this. The true reason for your visit in this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed.
Oh no, we are correct.
Exclamation mark. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation. One you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How?
Oh! He's turned as white as a hard-boiled egg.
Yeah.
It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction.
Just who do you think you are, sir?
Oops, hit the button. Wrong thing.
If only there was some evidence to prove who he thinks he is. Ah, yes, as I hoped. That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for. So, shall we begin?
Oh no.
The time has come for yet another Herlock Sholmes logic and reasoning spectacular. Welcome.
This will be the
We're
last
here.
thing we probably do in this for the night. But here we go.
It's time for a deductible on your purchase.
Topic 1, Mystery Man's aim.
First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today.
Okay. We must ask ourselves the very thing.
You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different.
Oh, there's something in his hand.
As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer.
I see.
The piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need for such employment. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your action. The cane, which you unwittingly clutch to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction.
It's true. It's got a different set of initials on it.
What utter rot! I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule.
Okay.
The end of any walking cane should be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. And yet, detailed analysis shows the wood tip of this stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there is only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself.
Let's see.
Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear?
We're gonna have our work cut out for us on this one, guys.
Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle, mused I. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod. Is the broken handle of a shovel. What? Are you insane? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises.
I'm so sorry, What Shums.
You've come here to dig a hole. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime.
Oh boy. The tunnel underneath the pawnbrokery. Topic 2. Great crime. Oh god.
Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbroker with a broken shovel?
That's what he said.
What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose. Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there is ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict.
Oh, he's looking at something.
Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. This letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewerage works, beneath this shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road.
Oh my god.
This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway that flows in very close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you?
What are you talking about, Shums?
In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels.
I see.
Master plan!
You got spun right round.
Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank? Are you quite serious? Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Bennett? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. A postcard of the Great Exhibition? I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. And the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that are currently sit in the vault of the bank on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of that bank, the special reserve funds for the Great Exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please.
Wow. 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 I cannot with this.
Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle.
Now we gotta fix it.
This is funny because it reminds me of heckin' the redheaded league. It's like, that was like
yeah.
the point of that one. Like they were like, get this guy out of that office so he can dig a hole.
Mr. Sholmes.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, an impressively upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness. Would you not agree?
Just eat your caramel and let me talk, honey. Was it true what you said about the bank over the road and what it has in its vault?
Indeed. Though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets.
And yet...
Gregson told me in the strictest confidence.
But you just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact.
Ah.
Sure did. And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it?
There can be but one explanation for that. Clearly, it is because the man is a criminal.
But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secret.
Oh.
Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windibank will. He already has plenty of shovels here, after all.
Oh my life, I assure you I'm not so unscrupulous. Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson.
Has it?
Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care.
And not tell Sholmes. Cool.
Oops. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them. And once the word is out, it's out.
Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes.
An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo. An excellent idea.
Sir. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure. Yes, let's listen to that great deduction again and see if we can massage it into shape.
Very well then, let us start once more from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Of Herlock Sholmes' magnificent logic and reasoning spectacular.
Here we go. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes.
Let's do this. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured into this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is a staff recruitment flyer.
Alright. So by Mr. Sholmes' reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor. Yes, in an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is, where? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? Well, let us look around. Okay, we can only see his upper body here. There's the cane. Ah, there's something on the back of it. The scribbled writing. Let's look at it. Oh. Look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here. I don't believe it. What is it? Listen to what it says. Name, Gina Lestrade. Height, 5'2". Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade. Goodness. There's even a sketch of her, hat and all.
It's a nice sketch.
Although, if he showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure.
It's a good sketch.
And look, the details of this shop have been written down here too.
It's a good sketch. Don't judge him, me, him, me, him.
Judge him now.
No.
Windibank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street. Redemption deadline 15th April. Which is today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of that piece of paper? I think that might be what he's after. Yeah. That's gotta be it. It can't be anything else. We do need to look at the cane, but I don't think it's the
Later.
problem here. Huh?
Later.
Later, yeah. Present the scribbled writing.
Take that!
Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade.
Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket Miss Lestrade and to Windibank's pawnbrokery here. Ah!
You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you.
But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie.
It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today, by which I mean here to Windibank's pawnbrokery, and today the redemption deadline of that overcoat.
So you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you had written down to arrive. And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane which you unwittingly clutched to your person exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years! The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule.
Well, that might be... what the ferrule? It's the metal cap commonly found on the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, the bit that makes the nice clacking sound on the pavement. Yes, exactly. And Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane. But it doesn't actually look broken, does it? No, it doesn't. Though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious. In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know.
I
It's
wonder
gotta
what
be
it could
the
freaking be.
initials. it is. Oh, there's an alligator over his shoulder. Great. Look here, Miss Susato. There are some letters on the handle. Ah, yes, those must be initials, I think.
I actually really like the blocking of like the alligator.
This is kind of a nice little framing here.
It's like he's manifesting it as like spirit energy.
In the
He is a
West,
JoJo character.
He is a JoJo character. His stand is a freaking alligator or a crocodile or whichever it is. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names. So Herlock Sholmes would be HS, you mean? That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously. Oh. AG? Why does it feel as though that's not quite right? Oh, we presenting. But Joe, oops, take that! Button. Hit the right button. I'm gonna boost the ads here. See if we can finish this before the ads. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing.
Most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Eggert Benedict? I guess he wouldn't. We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet in a most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane belonging to the initials AG. Eggert Benedict.
Eggert Benedict.
An incontrovertible contradiction indeed, would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This cane isn't...
You said before that you'd had that cane for years.
Grr.
It's the little spin. So don't try to tell us that you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park.
In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see.
Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat. And now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name. Hi, Diz,
Oh no, we're
thank you for the
moisturizing.
hydrate!
Hello!
And claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. Yeah, water, thank you. But we know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description.
Good evening to you.
Hey, Diz, how you doing? Which suggests that everything else he's told us is untrue. So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. What you hiding? The tear in it where it doesn't fit you? A split seam? Do I need to look at this?
No.
The base of a garden canopy? Oh my goodness. That does sound exhausting.
We're about to exhaust the truth out of this guy.
Gotta get the tooth. The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see.
You ruined a perfectly good coat by panicking. Ah! Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit.
Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart.
My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so baldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. Ah! This catalog of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Winterbank.
Correct.
Ah!
We got him. We got him, folks.
But what really irks me is this.
Got him.
The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. It was a lot cooler of a crime than yours, Mr. Benedict.
To abscond with a redeemed item. Okay, so let's go to part 2. Ah, the great crime. What is his great crime?
Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue.
Let us.
For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggested that I, a gentleman, designed to wheeze a filch some tawdry article of pawnage? Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place, how could I possibly have known the relevant details? N'est-ce pas? Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict.
Aha.
Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped.
Second the ledger.
What? Let us consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword relating to the pawned property of another.
I don't think we're gonna make it.
The method is revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. I don't think we're gonna make it, but I'm okay with that.
I'm snoozing again. The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think. Yes, no more talk of tunneling into the sewers. We got this, we got this. Which is a pity because it all sounded rather exciting.
I agree.
Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword. Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Winterbank would never allow you to redeem the article. Or, looking at it another way, if you did know that word, Mr. Winterbank would allow you to redeem the article, whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? Yes, it's gonna be... Wait, we can't select this? Can we select over here only these 3 items? What does this say? Look at this, Mr. Sato. Ah, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Winterbank has scribbled to himself. Let's
Oh, it appears it does it.
What does it say? Oh, Professor.
Foreshadowing.
Mr. Winterbank must make a note of the watchwords his customers give him, right before their eyes. And in alarmingly clear script as well. Oh dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see? Well, there we go.
Take that!
The message is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn.
Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for the watchword and notes down the response uttered on a notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker.
Ah, I see. But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages.
What are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present in this shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade.
In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Windibank.
And the diligent broker made a note of the watchword, as is his common practice.
You observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger.
Foreshadowing. And that, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan! Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box. But naturally, you have very good reasons to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Venom? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, the picture postcard tells us all we need to know.
The articles we're talking about are the overcoat and the music box disc that was in one of the pockets, which according to Mr. Windibank isn't even worth a penny. And yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo. Could we? Really? I better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected so far. I am snoozing this one more time so we can finish.
It's not... We can do it. We can make it.
Let's examine the disc.
It's a disc! What a plot twist.
Disc. It has blood on it.
Ew.
Look at all the little bumps on the disc. They're so tiny. Yes, the protrusions are called pins, and they pluck the teeth of the comb to make the notes. And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood. Yes, the blood of the mysterious Mr. Eggert Benedict. When Miss Lestrade tried to grab the disc from him, the pins scratched his fingers, it seems. Like when you're grating some daikon radish and accidentally catch your finger. Ouch! Just thinking about it hurts. That puts me off eating radish. Well, I guess this is the evidence we need, cause...
Hold up, you forgot that you have the power of the third dimension.
Oh, that's true, I do. How do I go back?
Have you forgotten how to operate these menus?
Have you seen? Thank you. I can't do anything.
Oh yeah, you gotta present evidence.
Wait, so options? No, that's not what I'm doing. Return to question? And then we present this because it's the
Well,
only
no,
thing we
I'm
have to
saying you
present.
gotta
What?
examine the evidence.
Oh, I see. You mean turn it over. Oh. For McGilded. What? Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck onto the reverse side of the disc. Look. And a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. For McGilded. McGilded? It couldn't be.
Really could.
But it is, Mr. Naruhodo.
It really is.
A name I shall never forget for as long as I live. But why? Why is his name on this? The music box disc information has been updated in the court record. Great.
Now we can go to war.
Back. Present.
Take that!
You see, this music box disc tells us all we need to know.
What's that on the back? It reads, "For me gilded." Ah! Ah, Mr. Magnus McGilded. The unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his loan-mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate?
Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature. In fact, he was precisely the right size for that overcoat that you squeezed yourself into.
Ugh. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Eggert Benedict. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today... We're gonna do a 3, 2, 1 bit a little.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Yeah!
We did it! We got it with a minute to spare. We're not gonna have time to save and get out of here, but we'll be fine. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Solved! We did it! Elementary. I'm saving immediately. Oh my god.
Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. I'm going to ponder that name for a second while we go to an ad.
Yeah, I'll start the ad, but then I have to go to bed after the ad, so...
There's just a little bit of wrap up and then we're done with this section. We can step to it. It's only like a few extra minutes.
Okay, I believe you.
Thank you for believing me. Are we doing that, or are we gonna just do that?
The ad just ran. It's fine.
Okay, all right.
I was
there
out
it
of,
is.
I was out of delays.
All right, I'm looking to the Imperial units again. Let's go for volume. There's there's two measures here. I'm going to go with the unit measures defined by the Weights and Measures Act of 1824. All measures determined by reference to the statute gallon of 277.274 cubic inches. So we got the regular things that you might see in a kitchen setting, like a gallon or a quart or a pint. But it goes a little bit more detail than that. At a quarter of a pint, you have the gill. That's cool. Then you've got the pint, and you got the quart, you've got the gallon. There's the peck, which is 2 gallons. There is the bushel, which is 8 gallons. And then there's the quarter, which is 64 gallons. That's a lot of gallon.
That's a lot of gallon.
Good gallonage. There appears to be some distinctions or lack of distinctions between measures for liquids and measures for dry objects. There's a note here that says that the 1824 Act removed the distinctions between liquids and dry measures of volume, instead specifying that the dry quantities shall be unheaped, whatever that means. But this does mean that the measure of them is a little bit approximate. compared to liquids, which are a lot easier to measure the volume of.
I want many gallon.
Many gallon? You want like a
Many
bushel of many gallon or like a quarter many gallon?
Like a quarter many gallon.
Ooh, that's a lot of
I
gallon.
want a gallon of galleons.
I feel like you could not fit a galleon into a gallon. A galleon would have to be really small.
If you think you can do anything.
I mean, they put ships in bottles.
They
so
put
you could
ships in
probably
bottles. See,
So just get like a 1 gallon container, put a galleon in it.
with Van Zeeks with his ships in a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we figured it out. We're back
Mystery solved.
with our gallon of galleons.
Yeah.
Not a name you expected to hear?
Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances.
Boop. All right, Benedict.
Eggert feels like he's been hard-boiled.
Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind.
Pray tell, Miss Susato.
Well, according to what Mr. Windibank told us earlier. Oh. Today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited.
And it's been 2 months since the trial. Well, that's weird. Well, today is 15th April, so 2 months ago today.
Would have been 15th February, sir. That's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposited at 10:30 p.m., I see.
What? But that suggests... Yes, 15th February. Is precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place. Oh my god. And 10:30 in the evening is precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding.
Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However...
Hey! Hey!
I must insist you hand over the music box disc now.
What the fuck?
It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box.
Ugh. What do I do? Oh no, I am not handing that over and I'm probably gonna get shot. But like... Oh no, what do I do? Oh no, somebody help me. Oh no. We're not handing it over. Is the game gonna railroad me if I pick the wrong option? I don't know what to do. Oh no. Will he really shoot me? I am not awake enough to determine the outcome of this. I'm about to just save it and go away if nobody helps me. Like, this is not...
Okay, I'll help you. I don't want to give in to evil, personally.
Personally, agreed. There are some things a man must protect at all costs. There we go, Ryunosuke. Good job. This may well be one of those things. Then again, it may not. Oh, Mr. Windibank to the rescue!
Yeah!
Let's go!
This is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers. If that were to happen,
Harisha.
I should have to take my own life.
No, shoot the other guy, not yourself. My dude.
Mr. Windibank, no.
Mr. Windibank, no.
All right, that's enough.
Oh, thank frickin' Inspector Gregson.
Inspector? That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines. So we got here as fast as we could. Now what's all this about, eh? Oh, praise be, you're here at last. I was moments away from forfeiting my own life and my very own establishment.
Put your gun down. There you go. And get the coat back.
It would seem you have the upper hand.
Give the coat back. Discount JoJo.
Right, you lot have got some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy.
Petty? Mr. Windibank very nearly met with his end.
Yeah, by his own gun, as far as I can tell. Oh dear. And the whole of Britain could meet with its end if I don't get to the bottom of the case I'm supposed to be working on.
What? What on earth is the case, Inspector?
Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. No matter. It's nothing to do with you lot.
You're gonna ask Shums for help like tomorrow.
Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector. Oh, let me just have a little bit of lunch. Came here in a hurry. Ow! He's getting away! Get after him, lads! Whistle the beat officer, too! Sir!
He just did a little twirly and scared everybody off.
There's been a spate of theft at pawn shops around here recently. So we fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in mourning.
Wow. Oh, yes?
I'll be taking that whatever it is in McGill. It's down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over.
Oh, yes, of course. No, don't! Don't give it to him! It's mine, that is, mine!
I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGill, it has to be taken as evidence now.
As evidence?
If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector.
Aw, poor Gina. She grr. And so we handed Mr. McGilded's disc over to Inspector Gregson. And we're summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. Oh, thank God. To be continued. I can go to bed.
We out!
Good grief! Ah, good grief! That was a long one. Not as long as that one time, but it was long. Let's save. Let's go. Of the little saving music.
Out of here.
All right, guys. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming to the stream. I appreciate you so much. I'm gonna go to my outro now, and maybe see you next week. Maybe not. I haven't fully decided yet. I got a whole lot of stuff to do between now and next weekend. So, gonna do my best to stream, but there is a distinct possibility it may not happen. Just kind of trying to figure it out right now. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I got. And And everybody have a good night. Exception, you got anything exciting to say?
Yeah, I'm currently in the weeds of something that my mentor has advised me not to speak the details of, but like it has been a painful mess for me, and it will probably continue to be a painful mess for me for the next few weeks. I can no
Let's
longer
go.
guarantee any streams to happen for quite a while. I want to. I'm going to try and see if I'm up to it, but this is taking its toll on me.
Fair. That's where I'm at too.
The sooner I'm out of this, the better.
Yeah. I hear you.
But I was able to get like a solid 6 days in a row of streaming just to help tide over anyone who's interested. So like I got like one good burst out before things really started to set in.
It's good. It's good.
Whew.
I believe in you. Whatever it is, I believe in you.
Thank you. You
All
say as if you aren't my mentor giving me the advice.
Shh. But anyway, guys, I'll catch you. When I catch you next week or the week after, I don't know yet. Tech and Pun, thank you for stopping by and joining. Ditz, it was good to see you again. Larkus, good to see you again.
Oh, wait, I remember. I do have something.
It's good to see you. Hi, yes. Zen,
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
May and Faye are doing some collab, which I might be a part of. I don't know. I haven't actually received any word about it since then.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's happening, I'll probably be there.
Yeah.
So look forward to that.
Look forward to that. Everybody check it out. I'm sure Exception will make a nice little tweet about it or something if it's going to be happening. So
probably
you can check that out. Yeah. May and Faye are friends of ours, and they are doing a Goose Goose Duck collab, I think. Yeah. But I don't know.
It's like Among Us, but there are
plans
ducks.
are. Yeah, it's like Among Us, but with birds. It's very funny. It's a very funny game. So if they do end up doing it, y'all should tune in. All right. Well, that's all I got. You guys have a good night, and I'll try to fix my OBS by next week. Ha 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 ha. It's fine. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Good night. Bye bye.
Farewell.